The world is watching BRICS. This group of 5 nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has emerged as a powerful force in the global economy. These countries, each with their unique strengths and challenges, have come together to form a coalition that is increasingly influential on the world stage. Together they account for a significant portion of global GDP and population. With over 3 billion people, BRICS nations represent about 40% of the world's population and nearly a quarter of the global GDP. This sheer size and economic power make them a formidable group in international affairs. For years, experts have debated their potential to reshape the international order. Some have argued that the economic and political differences among these countries could hinder their collective influence, while others believe that their shared interests in economic development and political reform could drive significant changes. Now, with the announcement of their 2025 plans, BRICS has signaled its intention to play a more assertive role on the world stage. These plans include initiatives to enhance economic cooperation, increase trade among member countries, and develop new financial institutions to support their growth. But what exactly are these plans, and how could they impact the current global financial system, particularly the dominance of the US dollar? The BRICS nations are exploring alternatives to the US dollar for international trade and finance, which could reduce their dependence on Western financial systems and increase their economic sovereignty. The rise of BRICS reflects a broader shift in the global balance of power. As these nations grow economically and politically, they are challenging the traditional dominance of Western countries and advocating for a more balanced and inclusive global order. Emerging economies are gaining ground, challenging the traditional dominance of the West. This shift is driven by rapid industrialization, technological advancements, and the rise of a new middle class that is driving consumption and economic growth. This is partly due to their rapid economic growth, fueled by factors like industrialization, technological advancements, and a growing middle class. These factors have enabled BRICS nations to become major players in global trade and investment, attracting businesses and investors from around the world. As these nations become more prosperous, they are seeking greater influence and autonomy in international affairs. They are advocating for reforms in global institutions like the United Nations and the International Monetary Fund to better reflect their interests and contributions to the global economy. BRICS is at the forefront of this movement, advocating for a more multipolar world order that reflects the interests of the developing world. They are pushing for a system where power is more evenly distributed and where the voices of emerging economies are heard and respected on the global stage. Beyond economics and politics, BRICS nations are also rich in cultural diversity. Each country brings its unique heritage and traditions to the table, fostering a sense of unity and mutual respect among their peoples. This cultural exchange is another pillar of their cooperation, promoting understanding and collaboration on a deeper level. Education and innovation are also key areas of focus for BRICS. They are investing in research and development, fostering innovation, and promoting educational exchanges to build a skilled workforce that can drive future growth. By collaborating in these areas, BRICS nations are positioning themselves as leaders in the global knowledge economy. Sustainability is another critical aspect of BRICS' vision for the future. They are committed to addressing environmental challenges and promoting sustainable development. From investing in renewable energy to implementing policies for environmental conservation, BRICS nations are working towards a greener and more sustainable future. Health is also a priority for BRICS. They are collaborating on public health initiatives, sharing knowledge and resources to tackle global health challenges. This cooperation has been particularly evident during the COVID-19 pandemic, where BRICS nations have worked together to support each other and the global community. Infrastructure development is another area where BRICS is making significant strides. They are investing in modern infrastructure projects, from high-speed trains to smart cities, to support their growing economies and improve the quality of life for their citizens. These projects are not only boosting economic growth but also enhancing connectivity and integration among BRICS nations. Trade and investment are at the heart of BRICS' economic strategy. They are working to increase trade among member countries and with the rest of the world, creating new opportunities for businesses and driving economic growth. By strengthening their economic ties, BRICS nations are building a more resilient and interconnected global economy. Technology and innovation are also central to BRICS' vision for the future. They are investing in cutting-edge technologies, from artificial intelligence to biotechnology, to drive economic growth and address global challenges. By fostering innovation, BRICS nations are positioning themselves as leaders in the global tech landscape. Finally, BRICS is committed to promoting peace and stability in the world. They are advocating for peaceful resolution of conflicts, supporting peacekeeping missions, and engaging in diplomatic negotiations to address global challenges. By working together, BRICS nations are contributing to a more peaceful and stable world. In conclusion, BRICS is more than just an economic alliance. It is a symbol of a new world order where emerging economies are taking their rightful place on the global stage. Through their cooperation and shared vision, BRICS nations are shaping a future that is more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous for all. As we look to the future, the world will be watching BRICS closely. Their actions and decisions will have far-reaching implications for the global economy and international relations. The rise of BRICS is a testament to the power of collaboration and the potential of emerging economies to drive global change. Stay tuned for more updates on BRICS and their impact on the world. The year 2025 is shaping up to be a pivotal one for BRICS. This coalition of emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been steadily gaining influence on the global stage. As the world watches, BRICS is poised to make significant strides that could alter the economic landscape in profound ways. The group has unveiled ambitious plans that could have far-reaching implications for the global economy. These plans are not just about economic growth, but also about redefining the rules of global trade and finance. Analysts are keenly observing how these changes will unfold, and what they will mean for both developed and developing nations. At the heart of this agenda is a desire to reduce reliance on the US dollar and promote the use of local currencies in international trade. This move is seen as a step towards greater financial sovereignty for BRICS nations, allowing them to mitigate the risks associated with dollar dependency. By encouraging the use of their own currencies, BRICS aims to create a more balanced and resilient global financial system. This includes exploring the possibility of creating a new BRICS currency, a move that has sent ripples through the financial world. The idea of a unified currency is not just about convenience, it's about asserting economic independence and challenging the dominance of established financial powers. If successful, this new currency could become a cornerstone of international trade within the bloc and beyond. The 2025 plans go beyond currency. BRICS is looking at a comprehensive strategy to enhance collaboration across multiple sectors. This includes initiatives aimed at improving infrastructure, fostering technological innovation, and promoting sustainable development. By working together, BRICS countries hope to leverage their collective strengths to achieve shared goals. BRICS aims to deepen economic ties among its members, boost intra-BRICS trade, and foster greater cooperation in areas like technology, infrastructure, and sustainable development. These efforts are designed to create a more integrated and self-sufficient economic bloc, capable of withstanding global economic fluctuations and fostering long-term growth. They are also looking to expand their ranks, with several countries expressing interest in joining the bloc. This potential expansion is a testament to the growing appeal of BRICS as an alternative to traditional economic alliances. New members could bring fresh perspectives and resources, further strengthening the group's position on the global stage. This expansion could further amplify BRICS's economic clout and geopolitical influence. By welcoming new members, BRICS can enhance its ability to shape global economic policies and advocate for a more equitable distribution of resources. This could lead to a more balanced and multipolar world order, where power is more evenly distributed among nations. The group's vision for 2025 is not just about economic integration, it's about reshaping the global order and creating a more equitable and multipolar world. BRICS is positioning itself as a champion of a new global paradigm, one that prioritizes fairness, cooperation, and mutual benefit. As these plans unfold, the world will be watching closely to see how BRICS navigates the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. The US dollar has long reigned supreme as the world's reserve currency. For decades, it has been the cornerstone of international trade and finance, providing stability and predictability in global markets. The dollar's dominance means that it is the primary currency used in global transactions, from oil purchases to international loans. This gives the US significant economic and geopolitical leverage. The ability to print the world's reserve currency allows the US to run larger deficits and influence global economic policies. It also means that during times of crisis, investors flock to the dollar as a safe haven, further strengthening its position. However, BRICS's push for a new currency, potentially backed by a basket of commodities or pegged to their own currencies, could chip away at the dollar's dominance. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are exploring alternatives to reduce their dependency on the dollar. This initiative is driven by a desire for greater financial sovereignty and to shield their economies from US monetary policy fluctuations. If successful, this move could have significant consequences for the global financial system. A new BRICS currency could alter the dynamics of international trade, investment, and finance. It could lead to a more multipolar world where no single currency holds overwhelming power, potentially increasing financial stability and reducing the risk of global economic shocks. A BRICS currency could make it easier for member nations to trade with each other and with other developing countries, bypassing the need for dollars. This would streamline transactions, reduce currency exchange costs, and foster closer economic ties among these nations. It could also encourage other countries to join or align with the BRICS initiative, further expanding its influence. This could lead to a decrease in demand for dollars, potentially weakening its value. As the global reliance on the dollar diminishes, the US might face higher borrowing costs and reduced economic influence. The shift could also impact global financial markets, leading to increased volatility as investors adjust to the new currency landscape. A weaker dollar could make imports more expensive for US consumers, fueling inflation. Everyday goods, from electronics to clothing, could see price hikes, squeezing household budgets. This inflationary pressure could prompt the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates, potentially slowing economic growth and increasing the cost of borrowing for businesses and consumers. It could also erode the purchasing power of US savings and investments. As the dollar loses value, the real returns on savings accounts, bonds, and other dollar-denominated assets could decline. This erosion of wealth could impact retirement plans, investment strategies, and overall financial security for many Americans. The potential ramifications are vast, prompting economists and policymakers to closely monitor the situation. They are analyzing the possible impacts on global trade, financial stability, and economic growth. The emergence of a new global currency could reshape the financial landscape, challenging the established order and creating new opportunities and risks for countries around the world. Section 4. The potential fallout. What happens if the dollar weakens? A decline in the dollar's dominance could have significant ripple effects across the global economy. For the United States, it could mean higher inflation, as the cost of imported goods rises substantially. It could also lead to higher interest rates as investors demand higher returns to compensate for the perceived risk of holding dollar-denominated assets. This could potentially slow down economic growth in the US significantly. Beyond the US, a weaker dollar could lead to greater volatility in global financial markets. It could also make it more difficult for countries that rely heavily on dollar-denominated debt to service their loans. This could potentially lead to financial instability, particularly in emerging markets. The potential for unintended consequences is high, highlighting the interconnectedness of the global financial system. Section 5. Roadblocks ahead. Can BRICS overcome internal and external challenges? While BRICS's ambitions are clear, the path ahead is not without obstacles. Internally, the group faces challenges such as economic disparities among its members, political differences, and a lack of a cohesive decision-making mechanism. These internal divisions could hinder their ability to present a united front and implement their plans effectively. Externally, BRICS faces resistance from the existing global order, particularly from Western powers that benefit from the current system. Geopolitical tensions, trade wars, and sanctions could further complicate BRICS's efforts to reshape the global financial landscape. Overcoming these internal and external challenges will be crucial for BRICS to achieve its 2025 goals and beyond.